at the 2023 season. Our program comes to you live from the spectacular multi-purpose stadium, Prince Moulay Abdallah. This program is being broadcast on selected TV networks around the world and on live platforms in over 150 territories. The city of Rabat has welcomed the Karate1 Premier League since 2017, and the tournament is one of the flagship events of the season. Already the tournament has produced upsets and triumphs in equal measure. I'm Billy Brennan, and joining me to provide you with live commentary for all of the action is former world and continental champion William Thomas from England. Welcome,
Hello.
William.
Hello, Billy. Fantastic to be here, and a finals full of expectation.
Oh, what a great program we've got lined up, and I have to say, starting off with the female kata, we've got Lau Mu Xiong Grace.
You couldn't write it. In Hong Kong, we're in Hong Kong. We are so proud of her. Yeah, and we're so proud of her. So proud of her to be a part of the team, lead the team at the vanguard, and bring home the medals and the chance for a gold medal here.
And she's done so well, hasn't she? Over the years, she's got better and better. Here we are in a World Championship, Senior World Championship year, and she's already going for gold.
And the last 14 events, she has medalled. The last time she got a gold medal in the Premier League was here in Rabat.
Wow. And we have to bear in mind, of course, that she is the Olympic bronze medalist. And she's up against a tough cookie, though. Olympic silver medalist. It's going to be absolutely lightning, isn't it?
They've had many battles in the past, and this is another one in the chapter.
And here is the schedule for the session, as you can see, starting off with the kata, then going on to kumite, and the lineup is going to be tremendous. We've got world champions, Olympic champions, continental champions. It's absolutely brilliant. Just looking at this spectacular arena, it's amazing
what a great setting.
The Royal Moroccan Karate Federation have been brilliant. Here we are getting to the tail end and the heavyweights.
Yes,
and
yes. This is the business end.
You were competing with the best of the best at all different weights. I know you had your individuals, but also, you know, there are people who will be sitting in the audience, looking on, wondering who is going to be taking those gold medals. Grand winners, look out for the grand winners. They are the ones with the gold embroidery on their shoulders. Other athletes will be wearing either red or blue colouring. And Aka and Ao is the traditional colours for karate, isn't it, William?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the winners and losers here is going to be very difficult to call. And it's going to be small margins, you know, that are going to separate most of the bouts here today. And it's difficult to call. We're excited to see.
Starting with the first category, female kata.
We're just getting ready for the female kata. Ring speaker Josian Redondo will make the introductions in just a moment as we see the referees making their way to the edge of the tatami for the formal bout.
What a great setting. The stage has been set, so they say.
Our judges, our referees are ready.
7 judges will be seated
So let's
alongside
see the
tatami.
technical starts. Introducing first, Aka wearing red. Coming from Hong Kong, China, number 2 at the Premier Study, number 2 at the World Ranking, silver medal in Cairo, silver medal here last year, bronze medal at the Olympic Games. Please welcome Lau Mu Xiong Grace.
What an introduction, hey, William?
Oh, fantastic. She'll have everybody back at home watching her.
Her philosophy, don't limit yourself. She certainly doesn't, does she?
Absolutely.
Today, red and blue, heading from Japan, number 1 at the premier standing, number 2 at the world ranking, gold medal in Cairo. Current silver medalist at the Olympic Games, please welcome Shimizu Kijo.
Shimizu Kyo, and as you heard, he was number 1 in Cairo. Xiong Grace was number 2 in Cairo. It's a rerun of a final just 2 months ago.
Absolutely. And Grace is very, very much up for the battle today. She's in great form.
We'll have to wait to see if the tables turn. Hong Kong, China. Lau Mu Xiong Grace in red colours going first, followed by Shimizu Kyo, the 2-time world champion. Olympic silver medalist will follow. Amo Xiong Grace has chosen the kata Chatnyara Kushanku. And this is the version of Kushanku from Tapan Avyara. Just watch the speed of this opening technique in this kata. It's brilliant.
She has great execution. I know she works so hard on the most minutest of detail.
Those 7 judges are considering a whole range of aspects of the kata, the stances, the techniques, the transitions, the breathing, the strength, the speed, the balance. So much to consider, and so many things can go wrong for the player. Not a lot going wrong here, though, at the moment, is it? That's good to see.
She's really executing at the moment. She's in the zone right now, and you mentioned one thing about the speed, and she's so fast and so precise. This is a great attribute of hers.
She performed Papuren in the quarter-final and Superempe in the semi-final, and choosing the right kata against the right opposition is very, very careful, isn't it?
It's the difference between winning and losing, especially at this level. And so this is her number 1 kata. And it would require nothing less against Shimizu.
That's a kata to be proud of.
It's going to take an exceptional performance to beat her today, and she couldn't have done any more. Whichever way the result goes, she's done her absolute best, and that's all we require from her.
Now, you're the national coach in Hong Kong, China for the whole program.
That's right.
But your expertise is predominantly kumite, and you have kata coaches as well.
Sure, we have kata coaches. There's one in the chair, Kelly, Grace's coach is she lives in Miami, based in Miami, Sensei Robert Young, and she's been working with him for the last few years, and doing very well. It's taken her a little bit of time to transition, but now she's really executing.
Now it's time for Shimizu Kyo, her choice of kata Chibana no Kushaku. Now, interestingly, the Karate1 Grand winner went for bronze earlier, Ono Hikaru, and the reason she was going for bronze is because she was defeated in the semi-final by Shio Mizu.
Just goes to show how close they are in ability and level.
Margins, isn't it? So much at stake this year, William, isn't there? Because the Olympic and double world champion Sandra Sanchez from Spain has retired now.
That's right, that's correct.
So it's time for a new Queen of Kata to be crowned.
And I think there's 3 in the mix right now. Ono, Shimizu, Grace.
Yes.
Yet to be determined. Because they're beating each other at the moment. And the big jumping Toby Maigeri, front kick, and Uraken back fist strike. Two excellent kata, both exceptional,
worthy of a world
exceptional
final in the Karate1 Premier League.
I am of course biased,
well,
but
you're allowed to be.
But only, in this case, but in terms of recognising outstanding performances, Shimizu just delivered a fantastic kata.
We will wait and see in just a few moments after the chief judge, chief referee makes their way to the other side of the tatami, and that's the score, so nothing more can be done from the athletes. These are all the judges. They've made their decision completely independently. Top and bottom scores taken away. The balance will reveal a score. We'll see what that score is. But before that, there will be an award to either blue or red. Are you right, William? Is it going to be Grace? Unfortunately, for you,
not this time. Not this
fortunately
time.
for
She can hold her head up. And look at the scores, just 0.5 difference in the scores. So
against 44.1. Very, very tight.
Both outstanding. We're so proud of her, and we can't ask anything more from Grace at this time.
And here we see Grace now in the replay going through this. And what you can say is the differences are getting tighter and tighter. 0.5 difference in it.
Yes. So both really maybe just down to one referee either way, and that can be the difference. So a well-deserved win from Shimizu. She really had to bring her best to the game, but in Hong Kong, you know, we're proud of her. I'm sure her cousins, nephews, nieces, her family, and everybody in Hong Kong watching is very proud of her too.
The tatamis are being readied for Kumite, which is your area of expertise. Just when we're looking at the president of the World Karate Federation seated in the front row at the bottom there is Antonio Espinos, and he's been working so hard on behalf of the World Karate Federation for the last 25, 26 years to get that transition of the federation from what it was and where it was to an Olympic recognized sport with a world-class professional setup. It's absolutely tremendous. Flanked with them are the other members of the World Karate Federation Executive Committee. Great audience, great support from the home nation.
Yeah, I think Morocco have really done a great job with this competition, from the setup, the organisation, the hospitality. You know, it's been really exceptional.
So, Raul Shelton of the United States, the chief referee, centre referee for the bout. And in a moment, the athletes will be introduced.
Aka, wearing red, coming from Kazakhstan. Number 8 on the world ranking, gold medal here last year in Fujairah. So please welcome Moldir Sanbirbey.
Moldir Sanbirbey of Kazakhstan, 25 years of age, and already has taken gold medals on 2 occasions in Karate1 Premier League.
Wearing blue, coming from Venezuela, number 2 on the British coming, number 1 on the world ranking, silver medal in Cairo this year, and bronze medal in Rabat last year, the current Pan-American champion and the current grand winner, Jorgelis Salazar.
Jorgelis Salazar indeed is the grand winner. The gold is on the shoulders. There's a lot of weight that goes with that gold, isn't there? Once you are a champion, it's tough to stay there.
It is indeed. You've got that target on your back, but she holds it very well. She's very capable. It's a very interesting contrast of styles we're about to see here. So
can you talk us through what you expect to see during this bout? You talk about the contrast in styles.
I would expect to see Red be highly defensive and very considered with her points and her actions, and Venezuela Blue to be more the aggressor, more taking a few more chances, and with her explosive techniques, she's going to be difficult to stop.
You see there, she's
Urma Wash in particular.
She just tried the leg sweep and the kick. Salazar wearing blue for Venezuela. Sanbirbey of Kazakhstan starting to try and creep forward, find a weakness. It's good the Salazar just kind of breaks free. Oh, that was close. Oh. There was a video review request. Flags didn't go up, but there is a video review request. It'd be interesting to see.
She might have got a hand just about to it, Salazar. She might have just got a hand to it, but it is deadly close.
Well, how much closer do you need to get? Doesn't meet the criteria. Tariq Abdusalem, the coach for Kazakhstan, has a track record of really good calls.
Being very successful.
But is he going to be successful on this occasion? Let's have a look. Now looking to zero in on the technique. Now, was it the end of the foot, the toes?
Oh, for me, I would give it to her. But
because
seeing it.
Sorry, when you freeze frame, you can freeze it in different places, can't you?
Yeah.
And on the transition of the kick up, it went up, and look at the score. It's a three-pointer. Great call from the coach again.
Now we have a game. I expect Blue Venezuela now to really up this intensity and do everything she can for the next 2 minutes to pull this back.
Wow, what an opener. The grand winner finds herself trailing Jorgelis Salazar of Venezuela in blue. 3 points behind at the moment.
And this would be a great test of Kazakhstan's defensive skills.
Yeah, but so interesting. What are you going to say to the athlete as a coach when they suddenly go down 3 points and so early in the bout? Well, only the first minute gone.
Exactly. You know, there's no real need for panic here, and especially with a fighter like Salazar, she can get 3 points at any time. So I don't think she's too worried, but she is a little bit concerned, maybe.
Took by surprise, perhaps.
Yes.
There was a front hand punch there from Zangbiri, but it didn't get the flags. And a reaction there from Salazar. Oh, sorry, he did get this. He got the score for Kazakhstan's Maldir Zangbiri. Jorgelis Salazar from Venezuela threw in the kick afterwards. You see the hands are up, but the kick is quite away from the face in that picture. But that last part of that, it started to look
was it
on
the way up?
Oh, is that the best angle to view it from? Perhaps, because that's where the kick went up.
But if it hit, was it first?
Well, that's the other consideration, of course, because the punch went in first.
Absolutely.
And the punch got the flags, which scored.
Yes.
Which means that if the kick was second, even though it may have been on target, it can't score.
Oh.
But that one certainly can. Wow, what a way to reply.
And she's back in the game. And that's her thing. She's always 3 points away. She's got takedown. She's got 2 pointers, 3 pointers.
1 point and a sensu difference between these two. Salazar obviously lifted her. Oh my goodness me! What a sensational hooking kick to the head from Salazar.
That was exceptional.
Wasn't it?
That was exceptional.
Totally brilliant. There is a video review again from the coach.
Not sure if he'll be so successful on this one, but maybe we'll see.
Well, there's no question about that technique that went up from Jorgelis Salazar. Wonderful hooking kick. So which of the screens will the video review team choose? And they've already done so, and Giuseppe Saccharo from Italy puts up the no red card. So 6 points to 4. Jorgelis Salazar puts in that side kick to the body to try and keep her opponent
slow her
away.
down. Yeah, she's really fighting well, and that was earlier. I was saying, can Kazakhstan hold on? Now her defensive skills were tested, and not enough to hold back Salazar.
But now, because the early on, front hand punch again from Salazar, who's now starting to rack them up.
She's so fast.
Yeah. Earlier you said that you were talking in terms of Zangbiri being a defensive fighter. Now, how is she going to move in to try and close this deficit?
Well, this is her challenge now, and we know that Salazar has that fantastic counter Urma Washigara. But here we go. Back in the game now, 7-6.
Oh, How tight is this match going to be? 52 seconds still on the clock. And already she's come back in with that.
And she just needs one more.
Yeah, and that's why you need to be able to kick, punch, sweep, throw. Everything's coming out in this bout.
You have to be able to change your game.
As we close in on the last 30 seconds, tension starts to build, and Salazar looking good at 7-6, and she has the deficit, though, of a Senchu. Should Zhang Bibi get 1 point?
But she's just taken another one. She's widening the gap.
See that sigh from Zhang Bibi.
Yeah, she knows. It's a catch-22. She's got to get close enough to go. But if you get close enough, you can always have Venezuela who go first.
Into the last 12 seconds, again. And another point coming out from Jorgela Salazar.
And of course, the pace is fast. So you've got to be a quick thinker as well.
9 points to 6 now. Zhang Bibi got to score 3 points. Tries with a hooking kick to the head. If she can draw 9-9, Zhang Bibi has the Senchu, so she would win the match. 6 seconds to go. Zhang Bibi tries everything, going forward, tries the kicks again, but Salazar knows that's going to be the way. Stifles those attacks and is able to defeat her.
Yeah, so she's closing her down, but she's throwing so many techniques, she can't keep up with it.
And that is why she is the grand winner.
Absolutely. And reading between the lines. Anybody who wants to take her on, they need to be thinking quickly.
Certainly do. And they've got to have a range of defences and attacks to overcome such a great champion. Potential for the World Championships. And a real challenge for the current world champion from Japan.
Yes. Well,
Miyahara Mio.
She's definitely in the running. A strong favourite.
That was the kick that came out. That was the one that got the video review success. What a comeback though. Straight away she does the takedown.
Yeah, she's so many quality techniques in such a short time. That's why even the best defensive fighters struggle with her.
Go with the boys now. Male committee under 60 kilograms gold medal bout.
Minus 60 kilogram. Angelo Crescenzo from Italy. Abdullah Shaban of Kuwait. Crescenzo is an Olympian. Was in Tokyo 2020 in the Olympic Championships. Juan Antonio Velasco Lopez from Spain, the main referee, has been replaced. So we have the referee from Japan. So this is, the graphic is incorrect.
Introducing first, Aka, wearing red.
But that can happen because the original referee lists are put in, but sometimes it's necessary to make changes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're making informed changes at the last minute, then you're going to have things like that.
Such as life. This has become quite an interesting thing because a lot of the fighters and players are coming out now, big face, big grins, smiles on their faces. They're happy, they're chilled, they're relaxed.
Yeah, and he is fighting exceptionally well this championship. Exceptionally well.
Last year is the current Asian champion. Please welcome Abdullah Shaban.
Abdullah Shaban, 28 years of age. He did compete in Cairo, didn't take any medals on that occasion. with the exception of Stephen Da Costa, the Olympic and world champion at a different weight, because they merged the weights in Japan.
That's right, 60 and 67. There was some debate whether or not it favoured one or the other.
But Da Costa at 60 weight beat everybody in 67 because
Yes.
supersonic.
Da Costa's 67.
Yeah.
But
he beat everybody in a minus 60.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he did. And I expected some of the matches to be closer, but actually he dominated them quite convincingly.
Can Angelo Crescenzo dominate this bout? He is an Olympian, but Shaban Abdallah of Kuwait.
And European champion as well.
Exactly. Yeah, he won the European Championships in Guadalajara in Spain just last month. Crescenzo going for that double roundhouse kick. And the other thing we haven't mentioned this yet, but scoring Ippons or Wasaris or Yukos makes a big difference at the end of the bout now, doesn't it? Because the rules have changed.
Absolutely. If Senchu is lost and it's 3-3.
If you scored your 3 points with an Ippon and I scored mine with 1 point Yukos, you win, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. I had a case in the Canada Series A where we actually won a match like that, where he forced the athlete to lose Senchu, but because he had a Rosari, he took it.
Some exciting changes, and as a coach, it must be. How do you get your athletes to understand the importance of doing these things and scoring high levels?
Well, in the training, we're now forced to look for those 2 pointers more, and encourage 2, 3, not just take it on the one. And so where you can get a 2-pointer, where you can get a 3-pointer, we need to take that opportunity. So it's changing coaching.
And there's more sweeps being attempted now because you don't have to have the torso on the floor to score 3 points, do you?
Perfect. This is perfect because it can still be effective.
Now there was a flag for Crescenzo here. There's a video review request put in.
He's one of a few athletes that consistently counter with the Chudamo Shigeri. Very fast.
Does the kick go in between the arms to meet its target of the abdomen?
Ooh, looks close.
We could certainly hear the kick going in, couldn't we? In real time. It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not
and
under.
It is indeed. It's a successful call. 2 points. Great call from the coach. And there'll be a Senchu to go along with that.
Now using some fantastic movement here.
That is brilliant, isn't it, to watch. So elusive, that Taisabaki invasion.
You know, when it's done well and confidently with good distance, you can see the problems that it's causing Blue from Kuwait. He's not able to pin him down or to settle.
Yeah, he tries to make an attack, but Crescenzo's disappeared.
Yeah, and Crescenzo's got this, he will change and then attack.
Video review request. Crescenzo lost his balance and stumbled backwards. But before that, Abdullah Shaban put a technique in.
Well, we can't see if that hit the face, can we?
No. You can't really, from that. that angle. And look at the arm of the referee. As the technique went in, you could see the arm of the referee beginning to move. So if the technique was after Yame, after the signal to stop the bout, it cannot score. So on that video review, the punch is going in, but the clip was also showing the referee's hand signal there.
So what are they going to do?
Now the punch went between the legs, and it did go to the face. But if the punch occurred after the Yame, it can't. And I think that was the situation, because there's no point being given, and the card has lost. Once more, that's how tight the margin is, isn't it?
And this is it. It's one way or the other, and there again.
Okay, now the video review card is being put back into position, and the reason that is because the coach wasn't able to see whether whether it was Yame or not. Mm-hmm. The coach was reacting to the technique, so therefore he can put the card in, and because it was overruled, he doesn't lose the card; he gets it back.
Ah, okay. Because I was wondering how he got a second review. I thought he'd lost the card.
No, it's like, for example, if there was an attack and it was a contact,
yes,
you don't lose the card. Because you thought it was a score.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of opinion. In your opinion, it's a score, but in the opinion of the judges, it was a contact, or it might be a jogai.
But you get to retain your card.
Exactly.
Like this.
It's contact. Second Shui.
So he'll keep his card.
Yes, as you see here.
Yeah.
So,
that was a great exchange.
you see the kick going up here between the arms. Was there enough length to meet the target? It happens so fast, doesn't it? There, look, on the. Was the block effective?
Yeah, I think he got his hand to it, but we can argue again. There's that counter Chudan that he throws so successfully.
At the moment, as you can see, the score is 4-0 to Angelo Crescenzo, and he has this senchu. There's the kick coming up from Shaban. And there's a punch on the bottom left-hand screen. There's a punch from both of them. That's the counter that you referred to, punch just before the kick.
But it was second.
If it was second, then he can't score.
Because I think they gave the...
And they
gave the Yuko.
That's right.
To Aka.
So now, as you see, the card has been lost from blue. Well, it was an exciting match, a lot of drama, a lot of things going on there to consider. But a great win from Angelo Crescenzo.
Just proved to be a little bit too much.
Aka, gold medal, Angelo Crescenzo from Italy. Silver medal, Abdullah Shaban from Kuwait. Congratulations, both of you.
You referred to that movement, that Tai Sabaki, Angelo Crescenzo, and
Angelo
the ring craft.
And again, that period there, that section of 15, 20 seconds where he did that, that is something for coaches and young athletes out there to aspire to.
That's the counter kick that you referred to also, William. That was the one.
That was the score. quite a physical fight this as well.
It certainly was, wasn't it? Not a
We
great deal of love lost, that's for sure.
And they have the competitor from Kuwait is very good. He was a medalist in the AKF, but here he was made to look quite average.
As the referees are starting to make their way to the centre of the tatami, and for the formal bow, the next bout includes a fantastic athlete, and I'll leave that for Hossein Redondo to introduce. Mehmet Akif Gorbaz, the chief referee for the bout.
Introducing first, Aka, wearing red, coming from United States of America, number 19 at the world ranking, bronze medal at the Pan American Championships, and the current silver medalist at the last World Championships. Please welcome Trinity Helen.
Number 19 in the world ranking, and she's in a final.
And her opposition today.
She's Pan American champion. Again, number 19, I think she's got here through the Series A's.
Gold medal here last year. The current European champion, please welcome Angelica Berliuga.
Angelica Teliuga, what can be said about Angelica Teliuga other than she is incredibly talented in karate. World Games champion, Olympic silver medalist, grand winner, wearing that yellow, that gold embroidery on the shoulders. If you haven't seen Angelica Teliuga compete, look at the kicking ability. She can kick as an attack, as a defense, from any angle, can't she?
This is it, but for me, she's got some of the characteristics that also make her a great champion, which is her commitment, her determination is second to none. So when she's behind, she's going. But this young girl, 19 years old, she's in the fight of her life at the moment, so I'm sure she's going to do her best.
No doubt she will.
Premier League final.
The second Karate1 Premier League final of the season. Second of four. We're at the halfway stage. A lot to play for. And Trinity Allen just trying that side kick. Very close. That kick to the body was so close. Didn't quite score.
Not quite, but very good.
But the coach has gone for a video review. The flags went for the punch from Teliuga. So
we'll get a closer look now.
The sensu hasn't been given. So this is the interesting thing, because the kick was before the punch. The punch got the flag, so it can score. The kick could possibly score. Now, it's short of the target there. It just might have reached, but again, once more, is it the end of the potential of the kick? Certainly just pulled down and slipped past after the kick went in there. Teliuga pulls it down to do her counter punch.
Yeah, I think the kick might be just short.
Now, is there another angle that there's? I think they're looking for a different angle, perhaps, or have they made a decision? The decision has been made, and indeed it is no, and that was because the length of the kick wasn't sufficient to meet the target.
Yeah, just the toes, but it's not enough.
And it was kind of demonstrated by the ability for Teliuga to just pass it.
Yeah, to swing it by and go with that counter. Yeah. And that was a great counter, by the way. The same hand.
Yes, blocked it. A punch with the front.
She blocked with, yeah.
So certainly Teliuga not taking anything for granted from this youngster from the United States. Trinity Allen. She was looking for her first medal in the Karate1 Premier League. She's assured of,
well, she's got
of
that,
one of them.
Yeah.
And she would hope it to be gold, of course. Teliuga just steps off the tatami as she tries to skip past and escape. One minute still to go. Only one score on the board. That same hand again, isn't it,
Same
William?
hand, yeah, same hand. She just drives in on that. And again, this was a really good block and counter. She reset quickly and then she took it.
None of the judges went for the technique. There's a video review request from the coach.
Yep.
Now, from our position, it was difficult to see if the punch actually met
I
the
couldn't
target.
quite see it either. So I think we're going to have to look at it in slow motion.
So if we look at from this angle, you can see, just look out for the blue. She's taken her down. Now, the rules do allow, if you catch a kick, you can take your opponent to the mat. Otherwise, you can't two hands. Now, can't use two hands. Does the punch slip past the target? See the blue pad moving down to the right.
It looks like it's coming off to the side.
And I
it's
think
a no.
that's the reason why. And the judges didn't go for the score. Into the last 12 seconds we go. Trinity Allen now needs to make some big attack. She needs to score at least 3 points, because if it's 2-2, the century goes with Teliuga. Trinity Allen's tried it, and she has been successful. And I'm afraid it's too little, too late.
Oh.
I think she could be happy with herself, Trinity Allen. She, wasn't an easy match for Angelica Teliuga. So, very well done to her, but real great win. Because how does she keep winning and winning and winning and winning?
Just astonishing. That's the 14th Karate1 Premier League win. 14th. 5 silver and 6 bronze.
Is there anybody else close to that?
Well, I have to say, Sandra Sanchez was, but in kata. But in kumite, it's brilliant.
Fantastic.
And they don't all have to be sensational, high-scoring techniques. But if you can pull off blocks and counters with the same technique as you just saw there, with that front hand.
Yes. And I think this is a great message to the winners out there. Treat everyone like it's fresh. She's still hungry. She fights hungry.
That is sound advice. There's no air of complacency in those performances from Teliuga.
No.
Everyone's a world final in her mind.
And DaCosta's the same.
Yes.
You watch him fight and you think he's fighting for his first title.
Male kumite minus 67 kilogram category. And the referee, Georgi Rivovi. Georgi Rivovi of Bulgaria. take the center area.
Aka wearing red coming from Italy. Number 17 of the Premier Standing. Number 28 of the World Ranking. Bronze medal last year here in Rabat. Please welcome Gianluca De Vivo.
Gianluca De Vivo, 30 years of age.
And across the tatami, wearing blue coming from Jordan. Number 17 on the Premier Standing. Number 16 on the World Ranking. He is the current Asian champion. Please welcome Rahman Al-Masatfa Abdel.
Rahman Abdel Al-Masatfa from Jordan. Now, Jordan's a country that's really starting to come on, isn't it?
Absolutely. In the last AKF championships, Jordan were in 5 of the 6 finals for the male kumite.
Do you know, have you any idea why that might be the case? What is their training regime? Who do they compete with?
Well, I don't want to say it's because of the new coach, but they've got a new coach. He's there now, and over the last couple of years, I think he's really just come in and harnessed their talent and really directed it in a real disciplined manner.
Because many of the competitors, many of the fighters are the same fighters, but they're being more successful.
Yes. He just really just gave them a fantastic foundation and discipline to their fight. So they've always had talent, but he's really just focused it.
Well, Gianluca De Vivo has spoilt the party a little.
That was a great counter because Blue came so fast. So the ability to actually counter that is high level.
Speed of technique is brilliant.
Very fast.
Al-Masatfa threw in that. Lifts the knee, tries to throw a feint, and then the front hand punch, the Kazamazuki. Let's see if there's a clear view of the technique. There's the punch. Well, De Vivo certainly leaning down to try and avoid getting caught out by the range.
But can't see the
But you can't
connection.
actually see it on the screen. I'm sure the referee who's reviewing it is able to. One would hope. But even in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the screen that they're looking at. It looks as though the image is away from the edge.
So they've got more than us.
But they've got more angles to look at, 4 angles to look at.
Yeah, he gets
there
it.
we are. It was a valid score. And we're back into the action. 1 point each, but it is Gianluca De Vivo who holds the senchu and the advantage that goes with it. Now, the referee responsibility is to invoke warnings and penalties and alike. If there's a jogai, it's the referee's responsibility to note it. The judge's job is clear, is to support the referee when advised to, and also to give points.
Just consistently fast, consistently. And he can keep that up all day.
Very fit. Very athletic in his approach. We're talking of course, Rahman Al-Masatfa of Jordan in blue, who now takes himself in the lead with that 2 points against 1. DeVivo must score a point, but he's going to fall behind by another as Al-Masatfa receives another UCO 1 point score.
He's got to get back to how he started. You know, he was positive, he was hunting. Now he's on the back foot.
No, he's the hunted.
It's 3 in a row for blue. He needs to stop that rhythm. There you go.
But if he'd have doubled up the kick and then a follow-up punch, could have been successful.
Sure. Force Jordan to make quicker decisions, and then you can confuse them and take that point.
There's a contact violation. That's his first chewy. The sweep attack to the leg should be a sweeping movement, not a kick. Now Jordan, as you say, Al-Masatfa from Jordan has relentless pressure being put against Gianluca DeVivo. Into the last 14 seconds.
Running out of options now.
They certainly are. But it's interesting that Al-Masatfa hasn't changed his tempo. He's been consistently putting on pressure. Al-Masatfa in blue for Jordan. Closing in, last 10 seconds. DeVivo trying to get a little frustration there expressed.
Yeah, he knows the clock's ticking. He knows he's got to score 2 points. Yet he's still got to watch out.
He's got to score at least 4 now.
Yes.
3 to win. He's lost the Senchu, chasing him down. 4 seconds to go. And his effort to jump out of the way, he jumped off the tatami. Gets a warning. Well, clever tactics, weren't they, William?
Yeah, I mean, very difficult to get past. I was impressed with the start from Italy. He really sort of came out at a fantastic reaction point. But Jordan forced him and asked the question every time I do it. He's got to match it.
Exactly. So we're going through the bouts fast and furious into the male minus 67 kilogram category. A chance to have a look at some of that action from the bout. That was the counter punch from DeVivo. Oh, he's so close, so quick, isn't he, on that counter? And there was the feint with the front hand, came in over the top of the backhand.
It was just too much, just consistently that fast. You can't possibly counter everyone.
Female Kumite, under 61 kilograms, gold medal match. Female Kumite,
female minus 61 kilogram category.
Gold medal match.
And this is going to be between Kazakhstan and Tunisia. Referee for the bags, Darko Zaric of Slovenia.
Introducing first Aka, wearing red as usual, coming from Kazakhstan. Number 9 of the Polish company. Number 7 of the world ranking. The current Asian champion, please welcome Asel Kane.
Asel Kane won the quarterfinal bout 4-0 and lost narrowly. Won narrowly on a 0-0 at a decision in the semi-final.
From Tunisia, number 34 of the world ranking. What a surprise here, the current African silver medalist. Please welcome Wafa Mahyoub.
Wafa Mahyoub of Tunisia, just 21 years of age, both of these fighters. Mahyoub hasn't won any Karate1 Premier League medals. Looking for her first. She's got at least a silver in the bag. And can she make it gold?
It goes to what you were saying earlier about them being so young now. You know, and she's 21 years old.
Exactly.
And
both of them.
Both of them, and they're in a final of a Premier League.
A world event in the seniors.
Yeah, so they can really take this as a gauge and get some confidence from this.
I mean, Asel Kane defeated Kojuro Yuki of Japan with that Hante decision in the semi-final.
Oh. That was a good clash. Is that? It looks like it went to red.
Yeah, flags went in favour of red, and she will get the Senchu. Grand winner in this division is Anita Serozhina of Ukraine. Just the
1 for 1.
Yep, Senchu making the only difference between the two. So he'll get a hooking kick coming up high.
He's going for the 1-2 punch, the head punch. I think that's what he's going to go for.
And there in the bottom right-hand screen, you see both those punches going. That's the second one. Now, whether the feet are on the floor isn't so important. What is important is the criteria for Ippen. Does it have good form? Has it got vigorous application? Has it got proper focus and concentration? The Zanchin. There's a lot to get right. And
yep.
It was right
and they
on
think
that
so.
occasion.
Yeah.
Supported by the referees and judging. Good call from the coach. 2 points to 1. Century advantage still with Kazakhstan's Kane. Kane this time goes low with that reverse punch.
Just the one flag, but he's gone for the card, right? So
exactly.
I think he thinks it's there.
He may well be right. Let's have a look, see if he is indeed. Bottom right-hand screen, possibly. There's the one. There's a roll on. There's the punch. Now, could be a little too close. Let's have a look. The elbow certainly popped up. Did it have good form? Did the punch slip through?
Yeah, it definitely connected, but
yes, I think the elbow elbow popped up.
Lost the technique on it.
Yeah. Halfway through the bout. It's interesting the way the the fighter will throw the punch and follow in with the body.
Yes.
Is that a tactic that you teach?
It is. Oh.
Heel kick, that hooking kick was very
dangerously
close, wasn't it?
Dangerously close.
Coach didn't go for it. He didn't look for the video review. But it was certainly, the leg was certainly up at the right level.
Oh, well.
Again, you see.
And that one
same
was
technique.
yeah.
Same technique went up, and the leg hooked back, didn't it?
So, you know, you say the same technique, so would not the Kazakh fight from Kazakhstan have registered that before as a danger?
You'd think. Well, you'd hope. But it's easier said than done, and certainly is a lot easier as a spectator. Different when you're on there being kicked.
It's great sitting down, giving your opinion.
Of course it is. Armchair experts. Wafa Mahmoud leading quite comfortably
she's pulled one back.
6 points to 2 it will be. She gets at least one more. She's within striking distance of 1 3-pointer.
It's going to be a long road back, one at a time.
Well,
seems like she's up for it.
Well, she's got that one score, hasn't she? She's still got 30 seconds to go. A 3-pointer now will give her the win. Now she's going to, again, it's interesting how Mahmoud was just able to think, oh, I'm going to stuff her like that, that danger, chalk up another point. Into the last 15 seconds. Now, Mahmoud has got to stand her ground. She can't afford to fall foul anymore.
And I think she's going to pressure her.
Put under pressure in this last 8 seconds, trying to go forward. Mahmoud holds her hands up high. She knows that Kane needs a high score. Clever attack, clever defense. She defended that well, didn't she, in those last...
She did. And for somebody of 21 years old to come to a Premier League and to show that level of control and awareness in that situation, she did very well.
Congratulations, both of you.
Maybe we get an opportunity to have a look at that wonderful kick that she brought her back in to give that 3-point and that successful win to get that gold medal at the second Karate1 Premier League of the 2023 season here at Rabat, Morocco. Yeah, that was the kick. Hooked round the back, came in on the back of the net, back of the head.
Very good.
Difficult to defend against that, isn't it?
It is, because it comes up under the arm. It's under the arm, so the attacker can't see it.
Yeah, doesn't know what's happening, really.
No, they feel it, though, in the back of their head.
So the mats have been changed and we'll be ready for kata. But before we get to that, there's a demonstration opportunity to see some of the techniques that Jose Redondo will introduce in just 1 second.
The World Karate Federation presents one of the biggest contributions of karate to society, the Guardian Girls Global Karate Project. According to the United Nations, 1 in 3 women in the world have suffered gender-based violence. To fight this global plague, the United Nations Population Fund, the Korean International Foundation, and the World Karate Federation have joined forces to launch the ambitious project of Guardian Girls Global Karate Project. Today, we want to showcase one of the many social benefits of karate. Let us introduce you our 2 instructors. Amy Connell, she is the WKF instructor, 2-time European Championships medalist and gold medal in the Commonwealth Championships. With her, Salma Asila, African and Arab champion. Both of them assisted by Salahuddin El Mansouri, Adnan Shakir, and Ayub Hissi.
So this is
So let's proceed to the demonstration.
the project that's been brought together by those 3 world bodies, and the demonstration is going to include a range of techniques. This is a chokehold from behind, and they're going to be demonstrating
the arm and locks the arm behind attacker and strikes the knee to disarm him.
now. The whole point of self-defense is to be able to make the right decision, to be able to escape the problem and to not get yourself in danger. So these aren't necessarily the techniques that will be used in the seminars, because this is just to give an indication of what perhaps can be given. So just have a look now as a replay to see how this went. Grab from behind and the attack to the leg to break free and get away.
Technique number 2, hair grab. Attacker grabs her hair and she immediately clamps down on his hand with both hands into her own head. Then kick between legs, remove one hand strike and escape quickly.
And the idea is to move away and to get out of the situation, using the elbows and the knees and attacking vital points. Let's get a chance to have a look at that in slow motion.
Our replays on our main screen here.
So just viewing these techniques is not to get confused with the reality of what you're seeing, because it's just to give an indication.
Amy turns her body to the side and strikes his arm with the elbow. Then she follows up with an elbow and knee to the body. Here we have the replay. So powerful, Amy, isn't she? Technique number 4, grab from behind one-handed. Here the attacker is grabbing using one hand behind her back. She turns and strikes between his legs, then strikes with an open hand to the chin to allow her to escape.
In the seminars, they are conducted around the world.
There she goes.
After each of the Premier Leagues, Continental Championships, World Championships.
Technique number 5, double-handed from grab to the chest. This time, Amy brings her arms inside in a prayer-shaped move to break the grasp free. Then, she strikes with a dynamic open hand clap attack to both ears. Then, knee.
And the emphasis is always going to be on escape and to get out of danger, not to stand and fight. That's not the objective for the Guardian Girls is to inflict surprise using a number of defensive techniques.
Single arm grab. The defender pulls away and uses this motion to elbow strike and hit with the knee to escape quickly. You always gotta escape quickly. That's very important. Technique number 7, swing and punch. The defender blows with both arms and high, then strikes to the throat and escapes quickly away. Once again, quickly.
Of course, if you are in
Technique
a situation,
8.
you
Single
can
chest grab.
use
She blocks across her body to disarm the opponent. Then
Defenses
follows that
could
with a
be
strike to the chin and a knee to the groin.
shoes, heels, stamping on the foot, that sort of thing. Keys,
That hurts
if you have
too.
them in your hands. But all the time, it's to make the right decision to get yourself out of a problem.
Technique number 9, body grab from behind. The attack comes from behind. Each woman is breaking free from the grabs using an elbow attack followed by a face attack, then escapes. Thank you very much to our 2 instructors and our 3 assistants. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Karate Federation, the Koyamada International Foundation, and the United Nations Population Fund hope that you enjoy the demonstration of the Guardian Girls Global Karate Project here today. We hope you appreciate the outstanding contribution of karate to make a better world. Thank you very much.
If you want to find out more about the Global Girls Karate Project, go to the World Karate Federation website, www.wkf.net. So, William, it is a huge problem worldwide, isn't it?
Yes, and you know, years ago when I was in the UK and just a club instructor, I did a lot of self-defense myself and a lot of self-defense classes and tuition, and it's a growing problem. You know, anything that promotes women being aware, I'm all supporting. I'm all for that.
Moving away from Kumite for a moment and back to kata, the male kata final. What a sensational final potentially lined up here.
Absolutely, and just like the female kata final, I think we're going to be treated to 2 great performances.
All the people from the staff.
Here to the right of the screen,
please don't forget it.
Bashir Sharif, the president of the Tunisian Karate Federation.
And the party, the farewell party, will be starting at 8:30. Thank you.
So he'll be happy just seeing a gold medal there from Tunisia.
Exactly right. Morocco is a really good country for the sport of karate. There's a lot of support.
Yes,
great quality.
I'm not quite sure of the size of the participation, the membership, But what we do see is if that's the reflection of the karate in Morocco, then it's very high.
Well, the sport is recognized and practiced all over Morocco from top to bottom. I've personally been over here and conducted seminars in Kenitra in the north and down in Marrakesh and Casablanca. But there are some wonderful instructors and senseis in Morocco, and the quality of sport in Morocco, athletics, you name it, is wonderful.
Yeah, it's great to see a country that loves their sport.
You see the president of the World Karate Federation, Antonio Espinos, president of the Moroccan Karate Federation. As we get back to the tatami and the kata male final. Seven judges lined up, awaiting the athletes, which will be with us in just a few moments.
Here we go with some kata action. Introducing first, Aka, wearing red, coming from Turkey. Number 9 at the Premier standing. Number 5 at the world ranking. 2-time European champion. Bronze medalist at the Olympic Games. Please welcome Ali Safo-Adler. His opposition today, coming from Japan, number 3 at the world standing, and number 2 at the world ranking, Ao, wearing blue, from Japan. Bronze medal in Cairo, bronze medal here in 2022. He is the current Asian champion. Please welcome the current round winner, Nishiyama Kakaru. Aka, we're from Kankusho. Ao, super in pain.
Well, great introductions there for these two fabulous athletes. The Olympian Safo-Oglu against Japan's Kakaru Nishiyama. The choice of kata, Kankusho Shotokan against Suparempe Shitoru. Difference in styles, difference in emphasis. Red will perform first, that's Ali Safo-Oglu. He's already performed Goju Shiho Dai and Goju Shiho Sho in the quarterfinal and semi-final. And in the rounds, you can change the katas and repeat them. It was different in the individuals, where it was the brackets, going through the brackets, you couldn't repeat the katas, but it's possible to do that now, which I think is a great thing.
I think it's good, and they get to perform one in the round robin, and then they'll get another opportunity to do it again in the medal matches.
And exactly.
And those watching can enjoy it again.
And it means also that you can pull out your best kata to get out of the pool system and into the medal bags.
Absolutely.
Olympic bronze medalist Ali Safo-Oglu. Look out for the jumps.
So strong.
Powerful. Solid stances, which is what you expect in the style of Shotokan. The hand claps now starting for the timing. It's the first of the jumps now, the two high side kicks. You watch that left hand come up high and reaches before the jump, and a 360. Sofahoglu decided not to enter in the individuals in the European Championships recently. Instead, he went with the team and took the gold medal. I wonder what his choice will be for the World Championships, to do both or perhaps just the individual again, or the team. I can't see him wanting to not do the individuals, can you, William?
If that's he's the number one at the moment
He's
in
an
Turkey.
Olympic bronze medalist, you know, he's in sensational form.
I think he will go for the two, and maybe it was the training load. He's probably mindful of that, so he wants to time the run up correctly, and develop maybe new kata. Maybe that's why he didn't do it.
Very good point you make.
So you know,
you need to keep
see.
some secrets, don't you?
That's right. That's why we'll watch that space. Another grand champion.
Yes, indeed. Kekuro Nishiyama. He's going to perform the kata Suprempe. He's performed Papuren and Chibana no Kushanku in the quarter and semi-finals. Quite different in approaches between the style of Shotokan and Shito-ryu. So the judges are looking at the nuances, the special techniques in the kata and the style, and they have to replicate the kion of the style to get it right. You can make slight variation, but you can't make fundamental changes to the origins of the kata. Excellent transitions from one side to the other. Length of the stances, shape of the foot position, excellent. A huge gap that you would expect to have been left by the retirement of the four-time world champion, the Olympic champion, Kyo Ryona has been replaced almost just without any change in tempo.
Such a smooth transition
with these wonderful
to the
athletes.
And actually, from observing him over the last 2-3 years, he's actually just got better. He's actually performing excellently at the moment.
Because Kazuma Masamoto was really starting to come through, wasn't he? But Kikeru Nishiyama has broken into that position, and it's going to be fascinating to see who gets the #1 slot.
Absolutely, they've got a good problem on their hands on who they select.
They being Japan and the national team, of course.
Yes.
Well, the judges have got a problem on their hands at this moment because they have to decide who's going to take this gold medal from either of these wonderful athletes. What are your thoughts, William?
I would go for blue.
Okay, so your vote would go for Nishiyama Kikeru. The chief judge makes her way to the other side of the tatami. We'll find out in just 1 second who is going to take the gold medal. And it is... You're right, it is indeed Ao.
By 1.5.
45.4 against 44. That's huge. That's a big score.
Congratulations, both of you. Nishiyama Takeru, the current grand winner, takes another gold here at the Karate1 Premier League held in Rabat, the second stop of the season. Next one, as you may know, Fukuoka in Japan, early June. And the fourth and last one, early September in Dublin. And please don't forget the World Championships to be held in Budapest late October. And a quick reminder for the medalists who already hold their own medals, please proceed to the waiting area behind our main podium in order to get ready for the medal ceremonies. Thank you very much.
So just before we get into our next part of the Kumite session, I'd like to say a huge thank you to William Thomas, former world champion, coach to Hong Kong, China, and congratulations on the Medal of Honor for Hong Kong, the equivalent
Thank you very much.
UK OBE. And William's going to be leaving us now, so thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And hot-footing it from the Guardian Girls demonstration, which was on the tatami just a short while ago, just ready to get it into position. Is the wonderful and incredibly talented, of course, Amy Connell from Scotland.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, that was a great demonstration. Now, I know we talked about this briefly before, and what was happening in the demonstration isn't necessarily what you do in the Guardian Girls project.
Yeah.
So we'll get a chance to talk a bit more about that.
Perfect.
We're now going to go on to Kumite. This is going to be a contest between the male Kumite minus 75 kilogram, and it's a gold medal bout between Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Belgium.
Our judges, our referees are ready.
Guido Abdallah, the referee from Guatemala.
In just a minute. Introducing first, Aka wearing red, coming from Saudi Arabia. Number 11 at the world ranking, silver medal in Cairo, the current runner-up at the last Asian Championships. Please welcome Sultan Al-Sarani.
Sultan Al-Sarani, introduced at 24 years of age. Scored well, quarter-final 5-2. From 8-0 in the semi-final.
Number 3 at the world ranking, bronze medalist at the European Championships. Please welcome Quentin Moden.
Quentin Moden of Belgium, 22 years of age. He's a bronze medalist in Kocaeli in Turkey in 2022. Now, Amy, this is your discipline.
Yes.
Kumite, really excellent at it, Commonwealth champion. You've won so many medals. And you're obviously know kata as well. Your sister Stephanie is brilliant kata player for Scotland.
Yes.
She's now coaching.
Yep.
But from a Kumite point of view, do you, apart from your own weight, do you have a favourite weight to look at in either male or female?
Interesting. I think they're very diverse. I do really enjoy watching the lighter weights, just with the speed that they move at. I think they have, 2 arms and 2 legs, but their legs go up just as fast as the arms.
They certainly do.
But yeah, it's a wide variety. They're very different, aren't they? As you go up to different levels, it becomes sometimes a bit more tactical, less moving around the mat, the more heavier, but depending on how their tactics are and like what their preference of fighting is, which is great.
So how does the coach determine? Looking at an athlete, now they may not be the coach, they may not be the club coach that got them to the national team.
Yep.
How do they then, do you think, decide? Oh, this is what you're really good at. You should start working on this. And how does your coach, if you could reveal some of those secrets,
Yep.
How do you deal with that?
I think that it really depends on, like, when you look at an athlete, you can see if they're really good at reactions. Maybe they're really good at reading the person who's fighting, and then they'd maybe be a bit more of a counter fighter, so they'll read the situation and react to that. Or you've got someone who's maybe just like very, very fast off the mark, and they like to go quickly. Then they'd be a more of attacking fighter.
And we're seeing a little bit of that reaction
Yep.
happening here, don't we? Because Quentin Mahodin had been tending to sit back a bit. He's changed his tactics a little bit more, went for a high kick there.
Yep.
How is he going to use that reach, though? You must have fought people taller than you, Amy.
Yep.
And
Big difference. He's got incredible legs. His legs come from absolutely nowhere. I think he'll definitely try to work that in, try to get into a good distance to lift his legs and try and score a kick, I would believe. Again, it's like a little bit of that back and forward. Like you can see they're kind of testing each other's distance just to see how close they can get without the other person reacting, and then potentially springing from there.
And Mahodin, again, he holds that front hand really low. Is that kind of a bit of a feint to say, well, you make an attack, but then you spring the trap?
Yep.
But if that was his thought, then it didn't really work, because he's been caught out with a Chudan, a midsection kick for 2-point score.
Strong kick.
Al-Sarani from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia opens with a 2-point score and a sensual advantage. Mahodin believes he scored. Requested the coach to put in a video review. That's a good change, isn't it? Where the coach, where the athlete can actually trigger a review.
Yep. And it's interesting, sometimes that the coach will go, no, I'm not going to put the card up. And other times they'll say, yep, okay, if you thought it was in, we'll give it a shot.
And if you're wrong, it's your fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Coach can't get it wrong that way. There's a kick from Mahodin. It's a high kick. Whether it met the target, it looks a bit short in that image, but not according to the review. It was a 3-pointer.
Good time to use the card there.
Great call from the coach.
Yep.
Oh, fabulous leg sweep there from Al-Sarani. Caught Mahodin completely off guard then, didn't it, Amy?
Yeah, just couldn't follow through afterwards.
Last 50 seconds, very different in style and height.
Yep.
But the considerably shorter Al-Sarani he's been fighting incredibly well. He's only got 30 seconds left of the bout, which is fair enough time. He's only 1 point he needs to score, doesn't he? Because he has the century.
Yep.
When you found yourself in this position, which you must have done at some point, what are your thought processes?
I think it's one of those ones where something you can watch it and you can see it in different athletes. Like if they can react well in the situation, they stay calm, they look for their 1 point and they get it back. Or you can sometimes see that athletes panic a little bit and they start to throw kicks or they throw something too much. So he's doing really well here. He's just trying to work it back in. He just needs to close that distance a little bit because obviously the height difference is a little bit testing.
Exactly. Well, he's only got 7 seconds in which to do something here as the lead is still with Mahudin, who now steps off the tatami deliberately. Yep. He'll get a warning, but he'll get a gold medal to go with it, take home.
Worth it, well done.
Oh.
Excellent performance there. A 3-2 score and a gold medal.
Silver medal, Sultan Al-Sarani from Saudi Arabia. Congratulations, both of you.
And your weight division when you're competing, Amy?
Is minus 55.
And has it been consistently that, or have you tried to change weights? Because some of the athletes have been in different weights.
Yep, changed. For me personally, I've actually always sat at 55 kilograms. I'm quite a good height for that category, and I've always just kind of found that's where I naturally.
It's your natural weight, so
cut a little bit, but not too much. So naturally fits well there.
If you lose too much weight, you perhaps lose strength.
Yep. Yeah.
Stamina and all the rest of it. So
yeah,
if you can compete at your own weight, that's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That was the Ashibarai, that leg sweep. Mahudin nearly got caught out then, didn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, what a rematch coming up right now. Female Kumite under 68 kilograms, gold medal match. Two of the very best on our tatami here. Female Kumite under 68 kilograms, gold medal match. Two real superstars on our tatami.
Referees making their way to the area.
Anything can happen.
Referee Francisca Marquez of Sweden, an Olympic referee, taking control of the match.
Introducing first, Aka, wearing red, coming from Switzerland. Number 1 at the world standing, number 3 at the world ranking. Gold medal in Cairo, gold medal here last year, and she's the current European champion. Please welcome Helena Kiritsi.
Great introduction. And is this lucky Rabat because she was first last time she was here?
Yeah, incredible.
Now, wearing blue, coming from Azerbaijan, number 3 at the world standing, number 1 at world ranking, bronze medal in Cairo, 11 gold medals at Premier League events, silver medal at the Olympics, the current champion of the world, Irina Zaretska.
Irina Zaretska. What a sensational star she is. Olympic silver medalist. She is the current world champion and the Karate1 grand winner from last season, wearing those gold stripes on her shoulder. This promises to be quite a bout, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. They've fought each other quite a lot.
You know
so
them? You know them well?
Yep.
Have you competed with them? Different weights?
Different weights, so never know, but
okay.
always watch them, and they're both incredible athletes. So it's one of those ones that you know it's going to be a good fight out there.
Any predictions?
Oh, I'm unsure.
Okay. But I doubt whether they are unsure about the tactics and techniques that they're going to be throwing at each other. Now, this could be a very calm, cool start, but
Yep.
I'm not so sure that's going to be the case because the world champion, Olympic silver medalist Zaraska, is hunting her prey, Elena Karate1. This little touching your gloves.
Yeah.
Karate1
Testing
comes
the
over the top.
distance. Yep.
Is that what you're looking to do?
It looks like you're kind of trying to touch the distance, mess them up a little bit, isn't it?
Okay.
And kind of like some mind games there.
Karate1 tries to, when she did that, she pulled her hand down and tried to go over the top, didn't she?
Yep.
Didn't quite come off for her. Started off a little bit, but they've kind of
Yeah.
settled down a little
Yep.
now, haven't they? Arina Zaretska has won 11 Karate1 Premier League gold medals.
Brilliant. It's like you can see there again, just kind of testing that distance a little bit. It's amazing to see them just kind of like pulling each other out.
And do you train to change stances? You have to,
Well,
I guess,
nowadays,
don't you?
yeah,
You have
a
to,
lot
don't
of the
you?
time. Yeah, you see a lot of people that change that are comfortable in both. You see some people that have one.
See Karate1 going underneath the punch for a midsection attack. Didn't come off. No video review request. Oh, clever, clever. The coach thought it was a score.
Yep.
Judges didn't go for it.
Nope. This will be interesting on video review.
But the judges probably didn't go for it because she held on with two hands. You're not allowed to do that. But the video review didn't go ahead because of that. And the coach gets to keep the card.
Yeah.
Now, you chose not to compete here because you were doing the Guardian Girls demonstration and the seminar. The seminar went well, I guess.
Yes, it went really well. Yep, a great seminar. The girls really enjoyed it, the women who came along.
And you'll be competing in Fukuoka in Japan, will you?
Don't think I'll be unsure yet. I might be doing the Guardian Girls.
Oh, okay, you got that as well.
Potentially, yeah.
Zaretska opens the score with that 1 point. Yuko. This time the coach again goes for a video review, but the coaches can ask for the review. But the judges didn't go for it. Did she hold with both hands again?
Looks.
What do you think?
Well, it's tough. It looks like they come down with two, but then one is for the punch. It's a difficult call.
That's a 3-point score given. So as she pulled her down with the left hand, the
Yeah.
right hand was around the front, but you can't quite see if it was making contact.
Yeah.
So it's a great call from the coach. The judges didn't go for it because it was difficult.
Yep.
I mean, in the benefit of hindsight, looking at the video review,
Yeah.
video review judge,
Yep.
referee, certainly did go for it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, when they get to see it a couple of times again on the video review, it's easier to make a call, isn't it, than the high pace one you see it in.
Zaretska once more trying to use her strength there to take Karichi down to the tatami.
Yep.
It was a convincing win
Yep.
at the end of that from the world champion and Olympic silver medalist, grand winner with, I mean, she's got it all.
Well, yeah, incredible athlete.
Takes her 12th
Congratulations, both of you.
gold medal,
Well
6
deserved.
silver and 6 bronze. I mean, she's sensational. She was a bronze medalist in Cairo,
Yep.
gold
Another
medalist
gold
today.
medal for Irina Zaretska at Premier League events. This is the number
Good
12
fight.
gold medal for her.
Well done.
Congratulations. So happy she is.
She was born in Ukraine
Yep.
and then moved to Azerbaijan, where she now lives, and what a great decision the Azerbaijan
Yeah.
Federation
Made at that time.
made, and attracting her to come to the country.
Yeah, absolutely. She's had a great career there.
Irina Zaretska. More action here. Next bout. Male Kumite under 84 kilograms gold medal bout.
Presidents of the world and
Male
National
Kumite
Federation
under 84
engaged in
kilograms,
conversation.
gold medal bout.
Male minus 84 kilogram category.
Introducing first, Aka, wearing
Rhoda
red, coming from
Adek from
Italy.
South Africa.
Number 2 under Bernard standing. Number 11 on the world ranking. Silver medal in Cairo. And he's the current under 21 world champion in 2022. Please welcome Matteo Fiore.
Matteo Fiore, you can see on the graphic,
Now,
scored 9, Yuko's on the way through.
Yep.
Nippons as well. Great ability to score high level points.
Yep.
In Cairo, silver in Rabat in 2022, and he's the current Asian champion. Please welcome Mohammad Al Jafari.
Muhammad Al Jafari also able to score 7 Yukos, 4 Nippons.
Yep. It's going to be
It's going to be a good
good
one.
match.
It's going to be a good one. We've got 2 youngsters here, the 20-year-old Flori from Italy and the 19-year-old Moroccan Al Jafari. Flori was silver medalist in Cairo. He took a bronze medal in the A series in Athens as well. Al Jafari has been a Karate1 Premier League silver medalist and a bronze medalist. Earlier we talked about your favourite weight divisions, and you said, Amy, that you like the lightweights because they're so fast.
Yes.
Aren't these guys
These
fast?
guys are also
Look at
fast.
this. I mean,
It's changed
you know,
so much. It used to
minus
be
84, but they're like lightning.
Yeah, it's incredible. It used to be very, very different. I think you used to look at like lighter weights and be like, "Oh, that's exciting and fast." Whereas now, like you're right, like heavyweights are moving much more. They're a lot quicker. Like we're 20 seconds into the fight and a lot of action.
did this video review succeed. There was a punch that flew out there from Muhammad Al-Jafari, but the technique, it slipped past, didn't it?
Yeah,
you
you can see that in the video review.
Went past, so he's lost the card. It's Matteo Flori. First of the scores, unopposed. There'll be a century to go with it.
They're both in that position, just like so ready to go, like ready to move all the time, ready to kick or punch or move. Incredible.
It was very quick there,
Strong
wasn't it, from Al-Jafari? Double attack. Rory just looking down at his gi thinking, what am I going to do about this?
Yep.
Got to get 2 points deficit he has and the century advantage. When you're trailing, you must have been at some point. What goes through your mind as an athlete? How are you going to get back into the action?
Yep. Once you're down.
Once you're losing
the
it,
position,
2 points like this.
It's a lot of it's mindset. It really is. You know, like your techniques don't change in whether you're up or you're down, but it's the mindset of whether you start to panic or whether you're still like, you know what, I can claw this back point by point and be really smart about it. And he seems like he's still very calm. There's a lot of time on the clock, so it's going to be interesting to see.
They were only halfway through the bout.
Yep.
3 points, but it isn't from an ippon. One ippon,
Yep.
and force that. He's in the driving seat.
It just shows you how quickly the matches can change. Like it's just 3-0 down to a 3 each.
There was the Ashley Bry. Now you can see Al-Jafari is starting to, his confidence is starting to be eroded.
Yep.
Oh, he nearly came up with it then, but he slipped.
Yep.
Went down to the tatami. You can see the coach in the background saying, just calm down, just calm down.
Deep breaths.
So easy to say, so difficult to do.
Absolutely.
Al-Jafari for Jordan, wearing the blue colours, the 19-year-old up against Matteo Flori of Italy. He's got him on that corner again now. Can Al-Jafari come out of the corner? The pressure is being put on from Flori. Into the last 15 seconds we go, and Al-Jafari steps off the tatami. The pressure is immense. There goes the Senchu. It's lost. It's now 3-3.
Yeah, that's it.
There is a Nippon score. This is exactly the scenario that I said that could happen.
Absolutely.
If it goes to 0-0, if it goes to full time at 0-0 and it's 3-3.
Aka will win.
A great call, and what a sensational attack there from Al-Jafari. Still 8 seconds, plenty of time on the clock.
Absolutely, yep.
Flori now must get 1 point.
Yep.
He has the ippon.
Yep.
He must get 1 point to level this score 4-4, and he will take the match. Can he do it? Throws up that Jordan Rashigeri. 4 seconds left to go. Al-Jafari trying to keep that leg out. Turns around, there's a kick round the back, but the kick was after the clock.
Yeah, close.
Wow. What a finish.
Good match there. It just shows it's not over till the very end.
And you could see the way that strategy was playing out, because Al-Jafari knew he couldn't allow that to go to 3-3.
The time,
he would have lost.
Yep.
He had to go forward.
Yep.
That's why it's important to know the rules well, to know what you've got to do, And that's exactly what the coaches do, isn't it?
Exactly. Keep you in touch.
And do you really study the rules yourself as an athlete, Amy?
Yeah, I think, as you say, exactly in that situation there, that's when it comes in so important, because before that, most people would have let that go to a draw and it would have went to a decision. Whereas now, you have to push to be able, if you're going to want to win this, then you have to push. So, and sometimes you can't rely on the coach to tell you that. Like, you can't maybe hear them, or there might be something. So
Sure.
you, as an athlete,
you might not have a coach.
Absolutely,
in some cases.
Happens a
They
lot.
might have been asked to leave the area.
Exactly.
They may not have been able to travel.
Yeah, there's
a
lots
range
of options.
things.
Exactly.
So it's imperative that the athletes know as much about the rules as the coaches.
Yeah, good.
And indeed the referees.
Yes, very true.
But we haven't finished yet. We have another huge bout coming up. Female Kumite over 68 kilograms gold medal match.
Japan versus
This is
Kazakhstan.
gonna be a thriller.
Olympian against Olympic bronze medalist. Ayumi Uekusa. I had to confess to having a smile on my face. I was at the same table when Ayumi Uekusa was having breakfast, and she was having a real battle, but it was with a wasp,
Was it?
and the wasp was winning.
Yeah.
Number one.
It's a warm up for
But
this.
she
It's a
did.
warm up for that.
She did, but she kept really calm.
Brilliant.
And she used her taisabaki and her fork and managed to overcome the wasp.
Brilliant.
Please welcome Uekusa Ayumi. And her opposition today, red and blue, coming from Kazakhstan. Number 2 at the Palestinian. Number 3 at the world ranking. Silver medal in Cairo. Silver medalist at the Asian Championships and bronze medal at the Olympics. Please welcome Sofia Beruseva.
Again, two incredible athletes that we have here. It's going to be a really interesting match.
Olympian against Olympic bronze medalist. 30 years of age, Ayumi Uekusa is up against this real tough cookie from Kazakhstan, Sofia Belotseva. I gave that little anecdote about Uekusa's battle with the wasp. Has she got a final sting in the tail, I wonder?
Love it.
Now, both of these, no doubt, as you would have seen, will know each other so well.
Yep.
Both of them getting a warning for passivity. Referee wanting them to get into the action. Front hand punch there from Beruseva. That was quick,
That was
wasn't it?
fast, yep. She was just closing that distance down, wasn't she?
Saber moving around the outside of the area, and Uekosa having to hunt her down, trying to close her off, stop the escape route.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of an injury here from Beryl Saber. Looks like she may have twisted her ankle, perhaps. Pressure's coming on now from Ayumi Uekosa.
Yep.
55 seconds still on the clock, though.
Yep, lots of time. 1 point difference.
And your advice to her would be what, Amy?
So, from the sideline, stay calm. Good action there. Oh.
Video review request.
Looked close from our angle.
There's the kick. Now, could well be.
Could be.
She's leaning down. Did the kick go too
Pass.
deep? Did it pass?
Potentially passed, maybe.
And hit her arm instead of the body. There.
With a head kick.
Well. What will the video review referee make of that?
No.
And I think it was perhaps because it was a little bit too deep,
Yeah, the
and it hit
foot
the arm
slightly,
rather
yeah.
than the body. Good call from the coach, though. He was.
Yeah, worth a shot.
It was
Yeah,
certainly worth a shot.
absolutely.
Still 40 seconds on the clock, mind.
Yep, still time to claw it back.
The Olympic bronze medalist is leading. Still 19 seconds.
Yep, Ayumi's going to really need to kind of close that distance now to claw this back.
Oh, the power of that fighter.
Wow.
Ayumi Uekosa just slam dunked her opponent, Sofia
Nice.
Beratseva. Great score. 3 points with just 7 seconds to go.
Yep.
Now, watch Beratseva come off the line.
Yep. Like, just shows you, you know, like she thought it was finished, so stopped, and then that's when it came. So it's staying full on the full time.
Could be a warning for pushing here from Uekosa. That's a Hansoku Chui. She can't do that any longer. 3 seconds left to go. She's going to have to stand her ground. Can she keep her off with a side kick? Tries to the body. Little saver comes out. There's a video review request from the coach of Sofia Beratseva. Now the clock is registering 0, but the technique needs to be before the clock gets down to 0.
Yeah, it looks like from the
Can
video
score
review.
within the last second, but there's a punch. You can see the punch go past there. That
Yeah.
blue pad, the whole of the pad over the top of the head of Uekosa.
Yeah.
And that's what the judges looked at. So it's not likely to be a score. I'll be amazed if it is, and it isn't, indeed. But what a great ippon score from Ue Ayumi.
Brilliant.
Uekusa.
Stayed calm, collected all the way to the end, and stayed in the fight the full time. Exactly what you need to do.
Just a sensational win there. Never gave up.
Yep.
But the strength, the way she threw her down to the tatami.
With one arm. Yep.
With one arm.
So strong. Yep.
Powerful.
And they're both powerful, strong
You can
athletes.
see how the Wasps never stood a chance. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't want to belittle at all what Ayumi has done here, because that was a fabulous.
Brilliant comeback.
She
Yep.
did so well.
Yep.
7 seconds left on the clock.
That kick was so close, it didn't quite meet the target.
Just quite.
But look at that. Pow!
Oh, there's
Brilliant.
those
Absolutely
for the
brilliant.
gold medal.
Fantastic replay of that action.
And ladies and gentlemen, as such that was let's go with the final bout of the Karate1 Premier League in Rabat.
Already at the
Male
last bout.
Kumite
It's
over
just
84
fast.
kilograms gold
Been a
medal
great day.
bout. We have a class of the future here. 2 real youngsters. New stars rising.
Ashkar Moldagali of Kazakhstan, the main referee for the bout. Very experienced referee.
Introducing first, Aka, wearing red, coming from Italy. Number 9 of the province standing. 19 years old, bronze medal at the Youth League in Fujairah, the current under-21 European champion. Please welcome Matteo Avancini.
Matteo Avancini, just 19. Again, all these young whippersnappers, so to speak, coming
Coming
up.
through, it's incredible.
Young people. Brilliant to see.
From Saudi Arabia, number 9 of the province standing, number 16 of the world ranking, 30 years of age, gold medals at Series A in Konya, at the Youth League and Catalunya, and Fujairah, the current under-21 champion of the world. Please welcome Shana Sufyani.
Salah Tufani of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Just great since the Olympics, and Tariq Hamidi taking that wonderful silver medal in the heavyweight division.
Unbelievable.
We've seen such strength coming from Saudi Arabia, haven't we?
It just takes one person, doesn't it, to
It's the
show that
trigger. It
belief.
seems to be the trigger of belief.
Yep, absolutely. They see like someone can do it, I can do that, and it just inspires a younger generation to come through.
And to think that Hamidi came through the qualification process by winning in Paris, the Olympic qualification tournament. He hadn't been in any of the Karate1 Premier Leagues. Just came from nowhere, up from the junior ranks, and bang.
Unexpected, that's
Gets
it.
into the Olympic finals and takes the silver medal.
Unbelievable. Just shows you. A little bit of a cagey start.
Yes, it is indeed. The referee gave them an opportunity before he invoked a passivity warning. He asked them to get going with that command to Sukate. They chose not to. They both have a warning. Still plenty of the match to go. 2 minutes just over. each time that attack comes in from Sofiani, Avanzini ducks it out of the way, just avoids the... And he started to go again there.
Yep.
Sofiani needs to read that, perhaps, and put in a kick to the body.
Absolutely, yeah, he's reading it well. It's just utilising that afterwards.
There's the Tsukute. Come on, get going, guys. Could be another passivity warning come up.
Potentially.
As we move into the last minute of the bout. There it comes.
Yep. It's close. You can see they're wanting to start, but nobody's taking the leap to actually play.
They don't want to. They don't want to take the risk.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's once you open up, there's a lot of danger there. So.
Now, did the front hand come off that time?
Yes,
it did.
Yeah.
There's the score he's been looking for the whole of the bout.
Yeah.
You get the senchu, and now things will hotten up, I'm sure, as Avazzini has to change tactics. He's been sitting on the back foot all of the first 2 minutes of the bout.
Yep, needs to go forward now.
Avazzini losing his gum shield, get back into the action. Last 30 seconds. It's still Safiani of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in blue leading. 1 point to 0. He has the senchu as well. Avazzini has to do something. He's got to score 2 points at this stage.
Yep.
Or one. Oh, there was a flag for one from one of the coaches, from one of the judges, and the coaches put up the flag for the video review request. This is a really important call.
Yep.
There was a 3-point potential score. There's the kick going up there. Now, did it? Did it meet that criteria? What are your thoughts, Amy?
It's one of those ones, isn't it? It looks like it goes in the area, but does it finish? Does it actually touch there?
You see the foot
Yep.
just close to the face there.
Yep.
From that angle.
Different angle, it's tough to see.
Maybe the bottom right of the screen there,
Yep.
that one.
Yep.
Maybe that's the angle to go to. There. Now, if this is a score with just 11 seconds to go.
Changes everything.
Certainly does. And you see the judge, one of the judges went up for the ippon.
Yep.
And he's arguably best sighted for the action in real time.
Yep.
And there's a front hand punch there because both coaches have put in video review. There was a kick from Avazzini, and there was a punch from Sofiani. There's the punch from Sofiani, and both of them look pretty good.
Also now with the new rules, it comes down to which one scored.
And there is a 3-point score given for the kick from Avazzini. Now, the interesting thing in this situation was neither of them had the flag support from the judges.
Yep.
And Avazzini's kick was first, which means that Sofiani cannot score.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't get the video review.
Yeah, even if the point looked good, if the kick was
but
in
it was
first.
second.
Yes.
And that was the point. Both went up fairly close, but it was a kick that went in first. 5 seconds left to go. And now it is Matteo Avazzini of Italy who changed the table. Sofiani will lose the senchu. 3 seconds on the clock. He's got to go for a big score. Pushes his opponent off the tatami. But it is Matteo Avazzini who takes the gold medal.
Takes the gold medal, silver medal, Sanad Sofiani from Saudi Arabia. Congratulations, both of you. Matteo Avazzini from Italy.
Brilliant.
Gold medal for him. Congratulations.
Well, that was the last of our Kumite bouts.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll get a chance to have a look at some of the action
This is a special
just
call
here.
for all the medalists. Please proceed to the waiting area behind our main podium in order to get ready for the medal ceremonies. Thank you.
Stand by. I'm going to cut out of this. Tell me when
Excellent. So Guardian Girls is your big project at the moment.
Yes.
And that's taking your centre of attention.
Yes.
Well, I wish you luck with all of that.
Thank you.
Amy, it's looking fantastic. We've had some brilliant competition here.
Incredible.
Some
Incredible
great
weekend.
world-class performances
Absolutely.
from the athletes.
Yeah.
It's been a sensational competition, expertly put on by the Royal Moroccan Karate
Yeah, it's
Federation.
looked incredible.
Congratulations to them once again. And this wonderful city of just over 500,000 people. And this is sitting between Atlantic Ocean on the coast, Rabat, wonderful people, wonderful hospitality, great place to visit, and they know their karate as well.
Absolutely.
And as per our norm, we'll have our second half of the Karate1 Premier League season. Our next visit for the roadshow will go to Japan, Fukuoka, and the last one of the season will be just prior to the Senior World Championships, and that will be in Dublin, Ireland, and that's going to be sensational.
Absolutely.
Where the crowns of the 2023 season will be given of the grand winners. Standout event techniques for you at the championships?
Incredible. That Ayumi sweep was incredible. Wow. In the last few seconds as well. Like, I love that when it changes everything. A really good point.
There'll be an opportunity to see some of the best techniques of the day. Perhaps that one may make it. May do.
There was a lot in there. We'll see.
There's a lot of fabulous techniques to be choosing, and it's difficult.
Coming for many, many years. And this edition of the Premier League,
President of the World Karate
has,
Federation just speaking. So
special feature. It's the first time that we are doing the referee course of the World Karate Federation here in Rabat. We have completed the number of 32 athletes that we have as top in each of the competition categories. And I want also to take the opportunity to thank the president of the Morocco Karate Federation, Mohamed Muntabil, has been achieving for karate. So thanks again, and good luck to all the participants coming from so many countries. And I wish you all the best in this Premier League of Rabat 2023. Thank you.
And that was a pre-recording from the President of the World Karate Federation, Antonio Espinosa. We saw him in the image just now. The audience are going to be making their way out of the tatami, out of the area. Time for the big clean-up.
Yep.
And that will happen after the medal ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for medal ceremonies, starting with the gold medal ceremony. So please, all the gold medalists.
You see on screen there William Thomas, who's been commentating with us.
Yep.
Here we have our 12 gold medalists of the Karate1 Premier League, held
practicing attacking or defending.
It's always interesting when people don't know they're on camera, isn't it?
Isn't it? Okay, just before.
All of these medals will be presented by Mr. Faisal Lareshi, President of the Moroccan Olympic Committee, Mr. Yunus Esfahmi, General Secretary of Education and Sport Minister, and Mr. Abdelaziz Darij.
Okay, so we're now getting ready for the top 5
Great.
athletes of the day. Brilliant techniques, and here we go. And there was that Urabawashi from Sawi, Wadi Sawi of Morocco. Brilliant Urabawashi.
We have a nice, lovely picture. Thank you very much and congratulations. Male kata.
That sensational takedown from Ayumi Uekosa of Japan. Pow!
So strong, so strong.
Sensational,
Yeah.
really was.
Yeah. Wow.
Uchimata from judo,
Thank you very much
one-handed.
and congratulations.
Joran Mawashi there,
Under 50 kilograms, Jorgelis Salazar
Tremendous.
from Venezuela.
Joran Mawashigeri. And again, Morocco's fighters know exactly where to put those kicks.
Male committee under 60 kilograms, Angelo
Timmy
Crescenzo,
of Morocco.
Italy.
There's that Mawashi, Ora Mawashi.
Nice. Yeah.
Fabulous technique. Difficult to choose the top 5
Yeah.
because there were lots of
So
others
many. Yep.
to go with it. But what a day of karate, of finals.
Another gold medal for her.
Well, Amy, wish you the very best of luck in
Thank
your
you.
endeavours with your preparation for Guardian Girls and also for the World Championships.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for watching from wherever you've been watching. From me, Billy Brennan, and from Amy Connell, we're going to leave you with the best images of the day.
Yeah.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much and congratulations. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And let's take one more picture.